Jordan Thorne. I'm an editorial content manager at Leaders In, and we're here at Vienna's Bio Europe Spring 2019. We are joined here by Amy Schulman.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
Nice to be here. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me. I'm Amy Schulman, a partner at Polaris Venture Partners, and I'm based in our New York office.
Amazing. So I just wanted to know a little bit about being a leader in the biotech industry and how you think that differs from other industries.
I think one of the things that really characterizes biotech is the passion that almost everybody has who's in the ecosystem for changing patients' lives and for helping to make a difference. So that means that everybody from scientists to business development to communications people to commercial people are really mission driven. I know that's true in lots of places, but for us, the healthcare mission and the impact we have on people's lives is what really distinguishes us.
So do you think there's a different way of leading, sort of the leadership style that you have to have with your employees in this industry?
I think for sure you have to be highly purpose oriented, and that has to be present at the company from the very beginning because you're asking people to take risks on early stage startups where so much of science is just at the formation stage. You can't be sure of success. And so what you're trading for that kind of certainty is excitement about the mission, the chance for young people to learn and grow and develop intellectually and emotionally. And I think that does require a different leadership challenge. The other thing I'll say is I'm a commercial person, not a scientist. So for me, learning how to bridge that gap requires great humility as a leader because I am completely dependent on the teams and the people I work with.
Oh, really interesting. And as someone so you're obviously a female. So as someone I know I've read a bit about you and your sort of career. You've tried to make a lot of advancements with women in different roles. Would you just tell me a little bit about how you promote inclusivity in the workplace as a leader and how you feel that leaders in leadership roles should sort of be taking a proactive approach to making inclusivity more part of the organization?
It's a great question and something that has really been important to me throughout my entire life. So I have 3 sons, and I like to say I have hundreds of work daughters since I have biologically no daughters. And I think one of the things that we all accept is that, or most of us anyway, diverse teams function better. And by diverse, what I mean is style, approach, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, race, economics, all of that comes into making teams make more thoughtful, better decisions. But that only works if you really don't just bring in people who have different points of view and different orientations, but then you actually make space for them to thrive. And I mean thrive, not just exist, right? Because diversity happens in an organization when people feel free to bring their best selves to work. Mm-hmm. And if your best self is hidden away or scared to speak out, then you're not actually getting the full benefit of diversity. So there's some really practical things you can do when you have a meeting. Don't just call on the person who speaks the loudest or most often. Make sure that you take time at the end or before a decision is made to go around the room and poll people. When people say something that's controversial or outspoken, as long as they're not being provocative just to be provocative or they're not, being insulting or inappropriate, welcome the orthogonal point of view and call it out. And when people disagree with me as a leader, I try and encourage that, as long as I say it's done in a respectful way, so that you're really rewarding people who are outspoken. I think those are some of the things anybody can do.
Yeah, that's great examples. And do you have a personal leadership philosophy that you like to lead with?
Well, humility is definitely a part of it. I think when I was growing up, I used to have this notion that being a leader meant that you were in charge. The older I've gotten, the more I think being a leader means that you live in service of others. And you live in service of the patients, the organization, the institution, and most of all, your employees. And so I think as a leader, my job is to make everybody else's job easier. And I don't know that I understood that about leadership when I first started out.
It's really interesting. And can I just finish this off by asking if you have one piece of advice that maybe you could offer someone aspiring to become a leader?
I think the best way to become a leader is to not worry about being a leader, but to find the thing about which you are most passionate and at which you have some talent, and then be devoted. I think one of the things that it's important to realize is a lot of leadership is hard work. I'm in my 50s, so it takes a long time to get to the point in your life where, if you're lucky, you have a chance to serve as a leader.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Great questions.
Thank you.